Hey, good morning, you guys. I wanted to do a video today to update. I feel like the world's gone crazy since my last video, which I think that was early Feb, and I had done the video urging you guys to prepare just in case there were quarantines and things of that nature regarding this virus. I really hoped that it wouldn't come to the things that it has. Part of me is still surprised, even myself, even though obviously I have been preparing for a while. It just really surprises me that it really came to this. I don't know why, because I knew that it might, and it has, but that's okay. That's why we prepare. Hopefully you guys prepared and you raised your amount of food stores that you have at home. I know some of you may not have been able to, maybe the time or funds just were not present, and I'm very confident that God will provide our needs. Now, He cares for the sparrows of the air. I'm looking outside and I see little birds out there. Right now I'm looking at a little downy woodpecker, and God provides their needs. And if He provides the needs for those birds, as the Bible says, He'll provide our needs too. You'll get through, you'll make it, you'll find a way. You may have to be very creative and very inventive for a while, just like our grandmothers and great-grandmothers were during the Great Depression. Thankfully, I had a grandmother who told me a lot of stories and things like that from her time in the Great Depression, and one of the things that she always held her head up and she's like, we never went hungry. And that was a very big point to her, and hopefully you guys are able to make do. I do think that this is a time to put your big girl britches on and do what you gotta do. And some people won't really like to hear that very much, but it is what it is. The situation is not pretty. I have seen a lot of people very upset over the toilet paper. Probably some of the best memes out there in a long time are over the toilet paper. But you have to have a laugh, right? But seriously, a lot of people are really, really upset about it. And, hoarding, especially hoarding in a panic at the last minute, is not a good thing to do. It's wrong. That is why we prepare wisely ahead of time, with caution, and just do sensible preparations. I would never advise hoarding and taking from people who need things. You prepare ahead of time, you get your food stores and your toiletry stores up. But if you didn't, if you don't have what you need, then you learn how to make do with something else. You make do or do without, as they would say. And there are quite a few people who are really, really upset, but absolutely furious or horrified at the idea of doing things like cloth wipes. And my encouragement to you is you can do it. You can. You'll do what you gotta do, and you will get over it. It is not that big of a deal. Any mama who's done cloth diapering probably also experimented with cloth wipes, and most of us will tell you it's very doable. No, it's not the most pleasant thing, but you can do it. It's not that big of a deal. And rather than being whiny and squeamish and fussy about it, the best way I know to say is put on the big girl britches and get it done. That's what you need to do. Don't act like a little kid about it, because that's how some of us have been doing. We're spoiled. And I include myself in this. Now, I'm not afraid of the cloth wipes. That does not bother me. But we are a spoiled culture and nation. We're really, really bad about it. We're very used to certain things being done for us. We don't have to prepare many aspects of our own food. We don't have to kill the critters we eat, and just so many things that everybody's squeamish about. But cloth wipes is not a big deal. Y'all can do it. All you have to do, even if you don't sew, the simple thing is most of you probably have some old t-shirts laying around. And I say t-shirts because it's a knit fabric. Knit fabrics don't fray too bad when you cut them. So you don't even need to sew. Take some old t-shirts that you don't care about losing, take some scissors and whack them things up into usable size pieces. They don't need to be pretty, they don't even need to be square. It does not matter. Cut them babies up. Yeah, the edges will roll some, but that's okay. And then you can reuse them. If you have some toilet paper, but you don't have a lot, what you can do is save your toilet paper for the number 2 visits and use your wipes for the number 1, and that will prolong your toilet paper. But honestly, you can use it for both. It's not a giant deal. It is not the most fun thing, but you can do it. You can do it. If you have some bleach, use some bleach in your wash. You don't have to use a lot, just a little. And I know a lot of you like the natural cleaners. I do too. But sometimes I think you need a little bit of bleach, just saying. It's not the end of the world. I try not to use it too much, but sometimes it's just worth it. And right now, I think the risk outweighs the benefit of not doing it. I'm sorry, I'm saying that backwards. The benefits of bleach outweigh the risks of it, in my opinion, for now. Anyway, I just wanted to point out, I think we have a lot on our shoulders right now. We all do. We all need to rely on God. We need to have faith it's going to be okay. Yeah, there's a lot of heavy stuff happening, and it doesn't mean we won't face hardships. I'm sure a lot of us already have. Personally, I know I have a lot going on. I haven't really mentioned it on here yet, but we're trying to buy a house. I'm trying. Who knows if that's going to go through? We do not know. We may be moving in the middle of this. We may not. But that for us has been a lot on our shoulders, trying to make this all work out in the middle of all of this crazy, because it's really not the best time. Interest wise, it's a good time, but it's not the best time to try to plan something like this. There are people losing their jobs. A lot of people are losing their jobs, no doubt, especially like all the restaurant workers and many others. And then there's people inundated in their jobs right now. Obviously, medical field is going to be inundated. Wouldn't surprise me if a lot of people suddenly don't become medical people in helping out. But in times like these, you do what you have to do. You help others, you stand up, you do whatever you can. And I encourage you, if you're good at sewing, then maybe sit down, make some masks to donate. I intend to do so myself. If you're good at medical things, maybe you have a medical background, maybe you need to be able to help out, or even just be able to lend a hand to people who can't get to a hospital, or whatever your skill, blessing, and talent is, find a way to use it if you can to help others. I think we need to do that right now. We need to keep our spirits up. I personally struggle with sometimes feeling overwhelmed with what I see online. I do that on a normal basis, let alone right now. So I have to be careful that I stay informed, stay aware, and stay wise, but that I also don't become so obsessed with it that I can't think of anything else, because that gets to be depressing. And if your spirits get crushed and you just kind of give up, that's not good either. So you have to find a balance. So I encourage you to spend some time, first of all, in God's Word. We obviously all need to be doing that. I caught myself not doing as much as I should, and gave myself a kick in the rear and got back in that, and the relief was instant. We need to make sure that we focus on positive things and buckle down and work hard and do what we need to do in our individual situations. And some of us, that is just simply staying inside and not going out, and that's okay. We need to be careful. I know back when I done the video on preparing for possible quarantines and stuff, I was far more concerned about what the government might do or the quarantines that might come down than I really was about the virus. And I'm concerned about both now, because now that we really see what the numbers are, we're not just trying to rely on numbers out of China, because I never really believed them, and I still don't believe them. We're still just trying to figure out what those are, and time will tell. But we're seeing more. We're starting to see hospitals get really overwhelmed. It's starting to happen, and it's only going to get a lot worse, likely as not. I have hope when I see about the family of drugs that's very common. I cannot pronounce it, like quinine type family drugs that are for malaria, and the Z-Paks, and there are a lot of articles floating around about intravenous vitamin C's being very helpful and useful. And I know a lot of this stuff isn't proven. People are going to argue the point, but some of these things really don't carry a lot of risk to try. So, why not? Especially vitamin C. I am upping my vitamin C a lot, and I'm okay with doing that. I've researched it and I feel comfortable with doing that, and I've already seen some benefits in that. I'm not going to go into all the details there, but I encourage you guys to be careful, be thoughtful, research. Don't just do anything. There are some crazy things out there. Literally, people were being advised not to drink bleach because people are crazy. People were like really doing something in that regard, and I'm like, really? We have to tell people not to drink bleach? That's scary. But anyway, be thoughtful, use common sense, be careful with what you do, but most of all, trust in God. He's going to get us through this. Do what you can in the place that you are with what you have. And don't buckle down too easy, is the best way I know to put it. Stand up, stand strong. You can do this. You got this. Have a blessed day.